Bitcoin hit 109. Is it going to break out or break down? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the Pipe 5x5 here in Dubai. Man, Bitcoin. I know you guys are all excited, right? Bitcoin is pumping, right? Which way it's going to go? Is it going to break out, go to all-time highs and beyond, and we're going to party and party? Let's see what the chart has to say. Let's start off with, before we find out what Bitcoin's doing, let's start off with Ethereum. Ethereum, right? It's like finally going, okay, I'm going to break down and nope, and breaks higher, right? So you can see that in this big candle body wick, the green candle body and the wick down. Yeah, I'm going to screw all y'all. You're going to all die. And no. And then it breaks higher, and it breaks higher than the previous local high, right? Which was also a scam wick up, and then it came back down to wipe out the shorts. And now, is this another scam wick? Can we see this thing go higher? Really, technically, we should be, because we did create this new high, but then we came back down. Came tested, and then came back down. This is not good. Not good at all. Right? So let's take a look at, we'll take a look at the other, the TD, the trading different, DaVinci J15 in a second. But Solana, well, this is definitely a positive sign, right? We've broken the downward trend. Clearly, decisively, that means we're going a lot higher. Right? Could be. Let's take a look, before we take a look at Bitcoin, right, at what's happening here. Okay, looking at Ethereum, looks like Ethereum could retest the 2518, 25, yeah. Why? Because there's still a little bit of liquidity they could wipe out up there. And let's take a look at Solana. Look at that. It wiped out all the liquidity, right? Just, that was an easy buy with this W here, you can see, and wiped out the liquidity and failed, right? You see this W was probably the same as this long, as like you could have probably taken profits right up here. So there you go, boom. Nice, easy W, and you see that this works all the time. Now, the only problem is, let's go over the Bitcoin. Bitcoin also has a little bit more liquidity, and we know that it's probably going to take it out. Why? Right? And I could tell you why. It's probably going to take it out very easily, and we're going to get to the 109.3-ish area, because, I mean, already the futures is already there. It's already taking it out. And there's a gap down here and a gap down here. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think that these gaps are Bitcoin is going to just leave those gaps behind. Not only that, right? Not only that, this has just been straight up, right? Nothing goes up in a straight line. There has to be some sort of consolidation. So a retest of the at least the 200 period moving average on the 4-hour is the most likely scenario. Now, there's probably a little bit more up move here, and then down we go. We're probably just going to get all the people all hyped up, and then boom, just wipe them out. That's just the way it is. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to continue going down and fail here. Just means that for now, right, we are just going to retest above here and then fail. This was a key area. You can see that if you had shorted here, you'd feel like you're feeling nice and warm and fuzzy, but be careful of that. There's still a little bit more room for it to go higher. So if you're going to short, right, this is the area to short it in. This is a perfect area to short it in. And so you want to short just a little bit higher right here and enter it right about here, the 109.4, and you are going to keep this stop a little tight, just above. Let's see here. Let's just go 0.5%. Right there you go, and then we could take this thing all the way down, just above the 200 period, moving on 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Jesus, that's just just above the gap, right? It's an easy, right, risk to reward ratio trade that should give you profit if it plays out, right? and give you a decent profit. So, for example, if we go higher, get into entry, come back down. Once we start coming back down, we're most likely going to hit the bottom of that target. Most likely, right? There's the most. It has a highest probability, right? Why? And then you could continue. We could probably continue for a little bit, but I would be careful. We wouldn't want to hold on to shorts too long in this bullish market, right? But yeah, it is a possibility. You could hold on to the short. You could always just move it to stops to break halfway and then see if it gives you some more money, right? If we break the 1046, you can say, okay, well, I'm definitely going to take this to 1015, right? Because that's an easy win there, and it could go even further to retest that wick to really eat that wick, because wicks and tails love to get eaten. So wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Okay. Once again, if you guys are interested in trading, you guys could trade this on weex.davincij15.com or bybit.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below. Looking at, once again, td.davincij15.com, that's trading different, right? If we were to go to the 4 hour, you can see, or the 4 hour, you can see that Bitcoin, right, this uses this thing. If you use this thing properly, you can see it came and ate this liquidity here. This liquidity was like loading up, and it ate it right up. You can see there's lots of liquidity loading up at the higher levels, lots of shorts. You know, James Wynn, he's loading up heavy. And so, yeah, they're probably going to get those people all, horny by coming all the way back down and add more to this liquidity so that they can take it out. Boom. And that's probably what's going to happen, transpire eventually. So whether it happens after we hit the 101 or hit the 92, just neither here nor there. I think Bitcoin cannot, with all this headwinds, be breaking down to below the 88K level and further. So I think that's the case for Bitcoin, and we can see that even in the dominance. All right, well, with that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.